Will visa rules be made easier for Indian workers who've lost their jobs in the United sector, particularly in the IT sector, which has seen a lot of retrenchments of late? Well, the US advisory panel has suggested a grace period extension for H1-B visa holders. The H1-B visa allows US companies to hire foreign workers with specialized skills. A panel has suggested an extension from the current 2 months to 6 months. The panel says the extension will help those workers who've lost their jobs find new ones. H1-B workers have been forced to leave the US. That could result in the loss of skilled labor. That's part of the logic. But it's just 3 months, I believe, which is the present time allotted. And a lot of people complain that within 3 months, it's almost impossible to find another job. And it becomes all the more difficult in the case of those with children in school having to pull them out, bring them back. That becomes a huge issue. Tech layoffs in the US have affected Indian workers in a big way. Big companies like Meta, Alphabet, Netflix, they've all laid off workers in America.
There was a huge concern, especially with the Indian professionals in the Silicon Valley, that after the layoffs that we're seeing in the tech sector, and we've seen one only yesterday in Meta, where they are now laying off 10,000 more employees. This is the second round of layoffs that we are seeing in Meta. The concern was very high because there are a lot of Indian professionals there in, as it is famously said, Silicon Valley is pretty much barred by Indian professionals. So a lot of them were very worried about their status in the US because the grace period was only 3 months earlier. So finding another job and then getting your entire personal life in order within those 3 months would have been fairly difficult. And as you know, as H1B visa holders have their families as well with them. For that now, it has the H1B visa grace period has been increased, which will come as a huge relief to many of them, considering that not only is the time frame being increased for the H1B visa, it won't immediately expire within 3 months, but they will get another extension of 3 months. It will give them more time to look for jobs as well as all other issues around it. So yes, this indeed does come as a big relief for the Indian professionals there, but this is a two-way street. As I was pointing out, Indian professionals are very important to the tech sector in the United States, and therefore this kind of grace period or concession, as we may call it, has been granted.